Hi, so today I'm going to show you how to do the a macrame shelf hanger, if you want to call that. So I've already attached, you'll have 10 cords that are 90 inches long, and you'll also have 8 cords that are 60 inches long. You should get beads, and you'll have a shelf, and you'll have a dowel. So I've already attached 8 of my cords on the dowel with a lark's head knot. And so you can either, when you're doing this, you can either use S-hooks to hang it on something, like if you have a clothes rack, you can use S-hooks to hang it on. Or what I did here is I taped it down just to keep it stable and it won't move around on me. So I'm going to attach the last 2 cords with a lark's head knot. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold your cords in half, and you're going to take your cord, you're going to go behind the dowel, and then you're going to put these 2 cords through the loop. You're going to want to make sure you kind of hold it so that you don't distort the length of it, and you'll make sure that your ends are still even, and then you're just going to pull it. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. You go over the dowel, underneath it, and I folded them in half. Pull this 2 strings through. You can kind of pinch it so that it doesn't move. There we go. Just like this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make it like it's going to look like a diamond. So what we're going to do is we're going to miss the 2. There's going to be 8 cords. You're going to start in the center. So you're going to skip 8 cords. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to leave 8 cords hanging, and then with the next 4 cords, we're going to make a square knot. So you'll have 8 cords here and 8 cords here. So we're going to start with making 1 square knot. To make a square knot, you're going to take the left-hand cord and make it look like a 4. So it's going to go like this. We're going to take the right-hand cord, and it's going to go under, behind the 2 filler cords, and through the loop. And you're going to pull it through. Now when you're pulling up, what we're going to do now is we're going to pull those cords up, but you want to kind of pull them up evenly. You don't want to pull them up like that because that distorts the cord. So you're just going to want to go even up. So that's 1/2 of the square knot, and now you're going to do the exact same thing. The only thing is you're going to make the 4 from the right hand side. So it's a little bit opposite. So you're going to make a 4. This cord's going to go over, under the 2 filler cords, and through the loop, and you're going to pull it up. So that is 1 square knot. So now we have 1 square knot. We're going to make 2 square knots underneath it. So now we're going to skip 6 cords. So you got 2, 4, 6. And you're going to use 2 of the cords from the knot that we just made, plus the 2 there. We're going to make a square knot. So the same thing, starting on your left, we're making a 4, over, under, and through. And pull them up together. And when you pull them up, you want to pull it so that the square knot is just below the one that we just made. Let's do it over there, over, under, behind, and through. And then pull them up. Okay, and now we're going to make another square knot with the 2 cords from the knot that we above and 2 on the left, and then we're going to have 6 cords left on the right hand side. Square. And just below the top one. Okay, so then the next row, so we got 1 row, 2 rows, and now we're going to have 3 square knots. So we're going to put 4 cords to the side, grab the 2, and then 2 from the previous square knot, from the one above, grab the next four. The next four cords will be two strings from the one on each one, and the knots above. A 4. And then you see we got 4 on the right hand side, 4 cords left on the right hand side. Okay, so that's row 3. Now is row 4. We're going to have 2 cords left. And we have 2 cords left on the right hand side. Okay, now we're not going to have any cords left, and we're going to go across. This is where we're going to add a bead. So we're going to go. We're going to make 2 square knots. And now we're going to skip 1 cord. We're going to put 1 cord to the side. We're going to take the 2 center cords and we're going to add a bead. Sometimes you have to twist it a little bit to get it through there. Push it up. We're going to skip a strand, and we're going to make, with the next 4 cords, we're going to make another square knot, and we should have 4 cords, which we do, on the right hand side. Now for this next row, we're going to actually make a square knot below the square knot. So you're going to have 2 cords that are actually below the knot. Instead of going an alternate square knot, we're going to go right below that one and make another square knot. And then the same with the next one. And now we're going to grab the single one, the 2 that are underneath the bead, and the one on the right hand side, and we're going to make a square knot with those 4 cords. And the same thing, now we're going to take the next 4 cords and they're just going to be below the square knot above, from above. Okay, so now we're kind of going to do the opposite of what we did on this row. So we're going to skip 2 and we're going to make a square knot. So we're going to have 4 square knots on this row. We're going to have 4 square knots, and then we're going to have 3, 2, and 1. And then I'll get to that point and then I'll come back on the video. Now that I got the first one done, what you're going to do is you're going to leave a space about 1/2 inch, and you're going to make another square knot starting in the center, just like you did, leaving 8 cords on the side, just like you did at the very beginning. So roughly about 1/2 inch, and make a square knot. And now you're going to leave 6 cords, and you're going to make a square knot just below the previous one that you just did. Just like that. Make another one. There. And so you'll continue on with the exact same pattern. Okay, so now that we've got the center done, we're going to do the posts. So you'll have 8 strands of 60 inches, and what you're going to do is you're going to fold them in half, and you're going to attach them with a lark's head knot. So I just fold it in half, and you go behind, through, and pull it through. So you're going to have 4 on each side. And I just took my tape off that end so that I can get them on there nice and easy. Oops. And then just take that down a little so it stays in place. And then 4 on this side. Okay. Now that you got the posts on there, and you kind of want to have it so that it's even, so you have the same amount of dowel sticking on both sides. So I'm just going to straighten them out a little bit, and you can always straighten it out afterwards too. So you're going to take 2 of the cords, say the 2 outside cords, you're going to make a square knot, and you're going to make it, the square knot, you're going to make it about even with the center of the center diamond. So I'm just going to take 4 cords, make a square knot. Actually, I'm going to tighten that up a bit so that they don't move around on me. So right about there. I'm just going to make 1 square knot. You're going to do the same with the other one, and so you want to make them so that they're both at the same height. Right about down a little, right about there. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. Kind of eyeball it and make sure it's straight. Or that it matches up with these ones. There. So now you're going to add the shelf. Just going to move this out of the way. So if you need some tape, you're going to take some tape and you're going to tape the ends, because it's easier to tape the ends than try and, I already did this once, than try and pushing it through those holes. So if we just tape up the ends with a little bit of tape. Shove it through there. And it doesn't matter which cords you put where. You just want to do whatever you do on the left hand side, you do the same on the right hand side. So I took the two outside cords and put them in the front, and then the two sets of the inside, I'm going to put it at the back. And you don't want to cut your strings till after you're completely done. Shove it through there. Sometimes you might have to do some twisting and pulling and oh, that one's stubborn. Might have to put a little bit more tape on there. There we go. I'll straighten those out once I put it up. So I did the inside to the back. So what I'm actually going to attach my hanging cord so that I can hang this on the wall to level it out. So what you'll do is you'll attach just using some simple knots, but attach the knots in the back so that it lies nice. Okay, so this is what I do to try and level off my shelf. I'm going to push these cords in a little bit so it's more square with the shelf. There we go. So I kind of eyeball where I think it looks level, and then I just kind of fold my cords in, hold it, And then I'm just going to tie a knot. If your cords are long enough, mine aren't going to be long enough, so if they are long enough, you can just tie these two together, just like this, tie a knot with these two, and then tie a knot with these two, and then you will bring it back down, and if you need to tighten, just do one knot, and then just kind of level it out, and as soon as you got it level, then tie it with a double knot so that it stays in place. There, and that's your macrame shelf. Okay, so now that I got my shelf level, you can see how I tied the knots. I'm actually going to tie, I just put one single knot in there. I'm going to tie another knot just to make sure that it stays in place. Just like that. And I'll do the rest later. So you can either cut these cords off if you like, just cut them short, or if you feel you want to fray them out and leave a little bit of fringe, you can do that. And then underneath here, you're going to want to, Nikki, what can you see that underneath there? Underneath here, you're going to want to make it straight across. So if you just need to take a pair of scissors and cut your strands and make it straight across like that. There. And I think I'm just going to cut these, so I'm just going to cut them just like that. There you go. There's your planting shelf, or your